name is Kayla Malley, and I'm going to be answering this week's questions. Our first question asked us what top three concepts that we found relevant in the reading within organizations and values. And so the three concepts that I chose, the first one is called Sample Workplace Value-Based Actions. And this is basically, so if a company or an organization, if they promote health insurance, then they should probably provide the health insurance to their staff members. I really like this concept because it kind of unifies both employee and employer. The employee feels heard, they feel like they are up to par with their job or position. The employer is giving them initiatives, giving them benefits, they care for the employee. So I really like how that is an important aspect when it comes to an organization or a business, because you need to have that unity. The employee needs to feel like they belong there, and then the employer needs to be compassionate and empathetic. And when both of that combined, it'll be a healthy workplace where a productivity will increase. So it's just great. The second concept I really liked was the strategic framework. And this concept is basically all about progress. You want your company, you want your business, you want your organization to always be progressing. You want new growth, you want to implement new ideas and creativity. Without creativity, without any new implementation of ideas, you're stagnant, you're complacent. And what happens to a business when they're stagnant and complacent? They don't grow, they don't go anywhere, they probably get shut down. And so that's a very important aspect to keep your organization, to keep your business or company, increasing. My third concept was the identifying and establishing values. This is super important, very, very important, because values, they kind of make up an organization. They make up its people. They make up its mission statement. You have to have a mission statement. You need to have values. Your organization needs to follow some type of guideline. That way consumers are like, oh, this organization is really cool because they are loyal to whatever cause. They have integrity. Their customer service is awesome. So different fundamental traits that whatever organization, whatever company care about the most, their value, I think that is essential. Because once you have an established value within your organization, then that kind of brushes off to your employees, and then they have the same different morale. And the organization, employees, they're all on the same page. So I thought those were three interesting concepts, and those are my top three. The second question, they asked, what value does social media have as it relates to communication in organizations? Social media has a very, 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 very high value. We have so many different platforms: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, LinkedIn, so many different platforms, YouTube, where organizations are able to promote their content and gain consumers just by having their name out on the internet, which it's huge. Which leads into the third question. Why are you required to explore social media in this course? Well, social media is obviously a very important aspect. In society, it's poppin'. We have the world in the palm of our fingers with our cell phones. So social media is very important. It's also important to learn how social media affects different types of organizations and how, the negatives and the positives of it. How social media is the norm and how we keep on advancing with it. Can organizations keep up with our advancements with social media? So that's really good and important to realize and understand. So the fourth question, what are the consequences of social media use in an organization, positive or negative? So there's a lot of positives when it comes to social media with organizations. You're able to establish your brand, you have an opportunity to connect with your consumers, you have exposure, you're able to do so much stuff. You have statistics within Facebook, so you can see who's tracking your data. You can check your demographics. You can base your productivity on the social media statistics. Twitter has statistics where if you look at your tweet, you're able to see who viewed your profile, which is awesome. So that's a really big positive for organizations because they're able to promote their materials, they're able to gain consumers. But with that comes a negative, and that is complaints are public. So they're not calling a customer service line, hey, I'm really mad with you. They're posting it on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Yelp, any social media, any internet site that they can find, which can hinder the organization. But if the organization has tactics where they can combat that and calm down the consumer or the very upset individual, then all should be well. It's definitely a learning experience. There is a establishment that happened a couple weeks ago where instead there was a very unhappy customer, and the unhappy customer did not talk to the manager. They went straight to Facebook, they went straight to Twitter, and they went straight to Instagram, and they got all their friends involved, and they blew up this business. Well, it blew up so much that people from out of town were seeing this, and they were commenting, wow, you guys must not treat your customers with respect, therefore we will never see you, or we'll never come to visit you and buy any of your products. So that is just part of social media. You're being vulnerable, you're putting yourself out there, you're putting your business out there, you're putting your products out there for consumers. You're not going to make everybody happy. And I think those are important aspects to think about. That concludes my answers to this week's questions. Thank you.